Wow. Number 18 Transfercase Trail is about a mile long, and according to the park map is a split between an easy and moderate level rating, with the northern portion rated as an easy and the southern portion as moderate. For me, I'd say that there are both easy and moderate portions on both the northern and southern sections of the trail. We started at the northern end of the trail off of number 12 Green Mile. This part that we went on in the trail is actually a bypass. We took this route just because I had never been down it before. The real part of the trail at this northern section is more challenging, namely because it is a little bit steeper and has deeper ruts. With that said, I've been up the normal trail several times on 32-inch tires, but I did have lockers on, and with that tire size, there was some underbelly scraping. On this alternate section, there is another bypass at the very bottom, which I took. This avoids a rocky wedge type section, and I didn't feel like risking panel damage to get through it. But of course, the Purple Monster did go through this rocky section without any issues, as one would expect. As an FYI, I'll comment about different parts of the trail throughout the video, and at the end I'll show on a map where we actually went. Bypass. To the bypass.
went the wrong way.
Damn it, Jim.
You can go that way though. If you want, it'll connect down to Hog Trail, and then I can meet you. Then you'll just take a left if you want.
Back around there.
Yes, sir.
Part of the trail that we're coming up to, once you're down into the little valley, there is Transfercase off to the left, and then there's a bypass to the right that leads to number 29 Lunar Trail. I've done both with my stock Rubicon. The bypass you can power up without lockers. The Transfercase hill is a little bit more challenging with smaller tires due to clearance, just because it has deeper ruts. And so on that side, I would advise having lockers if you are traveling up it with smaller tires.
should be on our left. Let me get some vid.
This was the first time that I did the southern portion of Transfercase, which is the moderate part of the trail. The reason I never did this portion on my stock Rubicon, with 32-inch tires, was because of this first hill. It's pretty steep and is rutty. With that said, when we looked at it this time around, it seemed that the ruts were less than I remembered them. But perhaps after about a year of being on 35-inch tires, I'm losing my perspective on how deep ruts are for a stock vehicle. And on this day with my current setup, I didn't hear any scraping on the diffs, so clearance was no issue. In any case, I would say that this hill is the most daunting on Transfercase, especially if you were to go up it. On the other side, the other hill that we actually did go up is steep as well. But actually the most challenging part of this hill is trying to get around a tree that it lays across the trail, but it has been cut, so the tree is not there on the trail. But because the trail has you leaning towards the tree, the challenge is actually trying to get around it without scraping. And this is why I was going so slow through this particular section.
Coming down, driver? You're down?
You think lockers for this next part?
Probably not.
Probably
Knowing
not.
you.
I'm gonna throw, yeah, let's go open wheel. Why not? Open wheel. Probably will regret it. Nice. That's pretty. Yeah.
Past this set of hills, I would say the trail goes back to being in the realm of easy. The next set of hills past the little runoff creek are not as steep, but are longer. However, they're not too rutted out, so a stock Rubicon can handle them without any issues.
Yes.
If you're looking for some extra playtime while on Transfercase, you can go to the right in this valley and head back towards the set of hills that we just went up and down. This portion of the valley has a number of rock ledges. I haven't tried them, nor would I attempt them on a stock setup. It's been a while since I've seen these ledges, but if I remember correctly, I think with my current rig, I'd be able to do them, or at least give it a go. Okay, so number 18 Transfercase. It's on the eastern side of the park. We started from number 12, the Green Mile. We took this alternative route down the hill here, which you can't see, it's not on the map, but if you look at satellite image, you can see that this is the alternative going down the hill. Once you're down the hill, you kind of travel in the valley for a little bit. You go up a hill, back down until you hit number 19 Hog Trail. Then you continue traveling down. There's a kind of, you go down and then back up a fairly short but steep hill, and then eventually hit number 29, Lunar Trail, and this is where that series of steep hills down then back up are around here, and then the rest of the trail continues on down the hill and then back up the hill until you hit number 20 Martin's Revenge. If I show the satellite view of this, it's a little bit easier to see some of the terrain. So you begin going down the hill from, again, this is number 12 Green Mile. Go down, you hit this valley, you go back up a hill, back down to number 19 Hog Trail, and then once you hit this, again, you're kind of going up a hill, back down, and then up a steep hill, and then kind of the rest of the way is gradual until you hit number 29 Lunar Trail. And again, this is where that steep series of hills are down and then back up. And then once you get basically here, it's pretty gradual. You'll go down here to this valley. We didn't do it, but you can go back towards those steep set of hills through this little valley region here, which has some nice ledges. And in any case, we continued on the normal part of Transfercase, kind of up these hills, not too bad, a little moderately steep, and then you hit number 20 Martin's Revenge.